Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nashville Tour Stop Podcast. My name is Aaron, and across the table from me today is the Yeehaw Yankee himself, Mr. Adam Corbin, everybody. Adam, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Aaron. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm loving your hat. It says Ha Yee.
Yeah. This because you ever know the Granger Smith, the Yee apparel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is his stuff.
Nice.
And I love it. I love his stuff.
The very first time I saw that hat, I still read it as Yeehaw because I think I might be dyslexic.
Oh, well, then
so I was just like, oh, nice Yeehaw hat. And I was like, oh, wait, that's not what it says.
You're just like everybody else.
Just like everybody else, just a little dyslexic.
Oh, it's great. I get people coming up, they're like, oh, Yeehaw. I'm like, what does that mean?
Ha Yee.
Yeah, Ha Yee. That's right. That's right.
So you are, I don't want to say a lifer in Nashville, but you've been here for a while. When did you move here?
So I moved here in 2015, August 10th, 2015, actually. It was about 7 years ago now. Yeah, I moved from upstate New York. And I came down here.
Had you done the back and forth thing?
I didn't even. I saw a picture in Nashville. That was all I ever saw. Not even that. I didn't even say I liked it. I was watching like the CMA Awards, and it was cool. And I was like, "Oh, that looks cool. I wonder where that is." And then my friend who lived here, she called me one day, and I was working. I did construction back home and shit like that. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, I'm just doing construction, drinking, ripping cigs all day, And she's just like, why don't you come to Nashville and try doing music? I was like, all right. And a week later, I was here. That was it. I found my first apartment on Craigslist while I was driving here.
That sounds safe.
Oh, it was. It was the greatest place on earth until it wasn't.
I feel like everybody has a terrible first apartment story in Nashville. Like I was just telling you before we got on the podcast here, but my first apartment was in Antioch down south of Nashville. And I lived there for 2 years before my downstairs neighbor told me that there was a murder in my apartment.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. So I'm leaving.
You were in Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment complex.
Yeah, it was a lady killed a guy.
Oh, so the opposite.
It was a lady that killed a guy. It was a drug deal that went wrong or something.
That sounds normal.
But she sold heroin.
Not normal.
And killed some dude in my apartment. But they didn't tell me that when I moved in. All they said is, hey, we've discounted the rent for this unit, and it has all new amenities, carpet, paint, like appliances.
Last one had a stain.
That's awesome. This is a steal. And then one day, I had been doing Tour Stop for a little while at this point, but I came home to my apartment after one of the shows had ended. It was about 12:45 in the morning, and there's cops everywhere. There's dogs everywhere. My downstairs neighbor is outside in the parking lot with his kid. And I was like, Bobby, what's going on? He goes, man, well, they're looking for somebody. I was like, no shit, Bobby. Like, what's going on? He goes, this ain't nothing like that time they killed that man up in your apartment. I'm like, what? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, the lady who lived there, the drug deal lady. Yeah, she murdered a man. I'm like, what? And then it was just like a can of worms just everywhere. And I went to the office the next day and I was like, hey, my neighbor told me that there was a person murdered in my apartment. And the property manager goes, been waiting for this day. And I was like,
I've been waiting for this. Like, that's all they got to say.
You've been waiting for me to discover there was a murder.
It was in the lease in the fine print. They just didn't want to tell you directly.
She's like, but yeah, you've liked it here so far. I was like, yeah, until I realized that a man ceased to exist in my bedroom.
Carl's ghost is in my bedroom right now.
Yeah, it was like, I thought all of the moans and creaks were my neighbors, but apparently not.
Oh my God. That is creepy.
Yeah, so that was my first apartment.
Isn't that illegal?
Yeah.
To not disclose that information? But
that's
Nashville. That's Nashville.
So you moved here in 2015 from what part of New York? Upstate, you said?
Yeah, the Hudson Valley. Anything that's not the city, we call upstate. So
okay.
It's the Hudson Valley. It's like the tri-border where New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania all touch. Mm-hmm. It's literally the boondocks of New York. Yeah, it's great, man. I mean, I grew up, it was apple orchards, dairy farms, and cornfields. That was it.
Was music a big part of your upbringing?
Oh, yeah. My father's a musician. He played for a bunch of people. He played for bass for like Chuck Berry, and he was in Sha Na Na.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a songwriter too, lifelong songwriter. Still doing it. And he taught me how to play 3 chords when I was 10 years old.
Nice.
And I kind of just took off from there. Taught myself everything else after that. But it was funny. Like sometimes I'd be like at college or something like that, and I'm trying to figure out what a chord is. And that was before we had like
these two notes sound good together,
right? And but that was before we had like FaceTime or anything like that, any kind of like video calling or anything, because I'm old like that. And I'd be like, oh, what about when you put your finger here, 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 and here? And he'd do it at home, and then he'd tell me what the chord was, and that's how I'd figure out like what a minor chord was at one point. You know, I didn't know any of that shit.
I remember just like the magic of learning to play the guitar. Like the first time you play a solo,
Smoke on the water.
You're just like, oh my God, like I'm doing it.
I thought I knew what a solo was until I started soloing. That's why I play bass.
Yeah. And that's the next thing I was going to ask you. You play more than just the guitar, right? You play bass in several people's bands here in town, don't you?
Yeah, a bunch of bands, because bass was what pays the bills right now. You know, it's great. I mean, I play for this guy I'm about to play for, Kyle Elliott. I played
Shout out Kyle Elliott, Tour Stop alum.
Big time, yeah. Another guy I did some playing for was Nick Hickman. He's all over the place, too. Hunter Taylor, who you've had before. Damien.
He was on last week's podcast, if you haven't listened to it.
That's right. Damien C. was another guy. I mean,
you're all over the place, man.
Dude,
you're not just doing straight country.
No, it's not. That's the thing.
You're all over.
Well, I grew up on like Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan type of stuff.
Right.
So that's kind of like where my roots came from. But then as a kid, I was in all these bands, and we were metal. Like death metal.
Really?
It was, yeah. You look at me now and you're just like, you're in a death metal?
It's like you, the guy wearing a Ha Yi hat.
Right.
Like, I was in a metal band.
With my shirt tucked in and fucking work boots on. Yeah, but that was the thing. Like, all my bandmates would be in like skinny jeans, like tight V-neck shirts, you know, those little beanies. There I am. And
you were a punk.
I wasn't. I was bootcut jeans with boots on.
You were surrounded by punks.
Yeah, and I had like my baseball T-shirt on and a flat brim hat, wearing bright colors.
Yeah, I was a punk. Like I wore the skinny jeans. I had the Vans. I had the V-neck.
How do you
tee.
move around in those things?
Yeah, that was what I did. And
how do you breathe down there with those skinny jeans?
The skinny jean technology has improved since then. They've got all the
now they got joggers.
The stretchy jeans now.
I heard those were comfortable.
The stretchy jeans are nice. They make you feel like not quite as fat. After I eat Thanksgiving dinner this year, I'm not going to have to unbutton my pants.
You only have Thanksgiving dinner once a year? That's it?
That was actually one of my favorite parts of holidays back home, was just like deliberately overeating until like right before the heartburn.
Oh, I love heartburn.
And then just like unlatching my belt and feel everything just go boom.
Oh, you let the belly just go right over the pants? Oh, yeah. That's me on a daily basis at this point now, because I drink so much Busch Light at this point now.
My family has always said that the Schilb family tradition is overeating.
That's
and
great.
I was like, well, that's not just a Schilb family tradition.
Right.
That's like an American tradition.
Oh, yeah. Big time. I mean, I love it. That's why I go home every now and again. You know, my mother...
I need to make some bad decisions, but not.
I don't need to go home for that. Yeah, no, that's why I go home. My mother's Italian as hell, and she makes all this amazing food when I go home. And it's like soup to nuts. It's amazing. It's some of the best pastas, some of the best pasta sauces. Yeah, I grew up very Italian, so it's like all my mother's family. There's always home cooked meals and home cooked sauce, homemade pasta.
Home cooked sauce is a game changer, man. I do that.
We do that too. Me and my roommate, who's my drummer, he's from New York too. And we do sauce Sundays on Sundays.
Nice.
Yeah, we make sauce for the whole week.
I have not perfected a red sauce yet.
Well, that's where
it's a lot harder.
Marinara, that's where once you get into the marinara, once you make a good marinara, then you're golden.
It's a lot harder than making like a cheese sauce or something.
Well, yeah, you throw cheese and butter and some butter and some little bit of
you start with the roux
cream.
And everything, man. But
yeah, a little bit of whipping cream.
Trying to get those tomatoes that perfect consistency, and then if you overdo it just a little bit, you've ruined.
You're screwed.
Hours of work.
Oh yeah, I mean it takes us 4 hours to make sauce.
Yeah, but boy, when it's done,
oh, it's worth it.
If you can't tell, second. This is around dinner time when we're recording it.
It is. I'm starving now.
just a little hungry.
I'm so hungry now. I gotta go find a good pasta joint.
Have you always been a cook?
I haven't. My mother has been. My father has been. I started cooking when I first moved here, and I started.
Was that more of a necessity thing?
No. Well, yes and no. I worked in this restaurant when I first moved here. I worked in a Party Foul. And I was in the kitchen, and I was the kitchen manager, and I had no idea how to cook. And I was like, why'd you make me a kitchen manager?
I've lied my way into a job before.
I didn't even tell them I knew how to cook. They just put me down there and said, hey, you're kitchen manager. I said, sweet. But then the chef, he taught me a lot. He took me under his wing and taught me a lot of how to cook. And then I'd always call my grandmother, and she was the best cook I've ever met in my entire life. Excuse me.
I feel like everyone's grandma is the best cook of their entire life. And we're getting progressively worse and worse as we get through the generations.
This next generation's food is going to taste like
my dad
garbage.
Used to cook steak for us when I was a kid, and I didn't know until I was well into like college that
stuff.
steak wasn't gray. I always thought it's just like, no, you cook a steak until it's gray and then you put A1 on it.
No.
Not
even close.
I remember the first time I ate a steak that was cooked medium rare, and I was like, what is this? Is this different than like a regular steak? They're like, no, this is just a regular it's like filet steak. And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Medium rare is the perfect temperature for meat or for steak. Don't try cooking chicken to a medium rare. You don't want that. But,
it's still gonna be raw on the inside.
It's still pretty raw. But I mean, rare people who get their steaks rare are psychopaths, I think.
They want it to be fleshy.
Well, yeah, and who does that remind you of? Who would you see a Netflix documentary? Yeah, right. Who would you see a Netflix documentary on? Psychopaths. But then the people that get it well done, medium, you're cool. Medium's cool. I get medium every now and again.
I get my burgers medium. I like my ground beef a little more done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because otherwise it just falls apart.
Yeah.
So you gotta get a little more done. But I do like a steak medium every now and again. But anybody gets it well done, like a hockey puck.
Randy Schilb.
Oh, really? Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah. Sorry, Mr. Schilb. But that's not okay.
It's a disservice to the cow that laid its life on the line for you.
Exactly. I mean, he did that for you.
Have you ever had Wagyu beef?
One time.
I've never had it before.
It's delicious.
I've heard it, and for the expense, I would hope so.
Oh yeah.
It's like $150. It's
ridiculous.
For like a 4-ounce steak or something.
Yeah, and they do sell like Wagyu ground beef that I've made into meatballs before. And that is the best meatball I've ever made in my life.
Really?
Oh, it was so good. Yeah. Besides venison. Venison meat is really, really good meat. I love venison.
Have you ever used not a convection oven, but a air fryer?
No. I don't like them.
I used to dog sit for this lady, and she had, I think she had purchased an air fryer for somebody who didn't want it. She's like, "Hey, if you walk my dog for free today, I'll just give you an air fryer." And it was right in the height of COVID, and I was like, "Sure,
during COVID,
this sounds like a commodity that I might be able to sell for $20."
During COVID, yeah, that's a great deal.
Yeah, and I ended up actually using it a lot. But people are all like, "This new technology, the air fryer," is like, no, it's a small convection oven. That's all it is.
Air fryers are my grandmother is rolling over in her urn right now if she would have known that I had an air fryer, but I do not have an air fryer.
They're nice. It's convenient, but they're small and you can't cook a lot.
I'll give you the convenience, but there's nothing like dropping something in a good old fry basket into a fryer with the oil and everything like that. Because it adds to the flavor.
It does.
It's not you can't just throw like meatballs in a
does
or mozzarella
KFC
sticks.
Do air fried chicken now?
Probably. That's why it sucks.
I bet you it's terrible.
Exactly
that's why
it
everybody
sucks.
wants original recipe.
Right. We don't want KFC or Popeye. I can't stand fast food chicken.
I want my hands to be shiny at the end.
Exactly. That's the best part because then you can lick it. It's great.
Isn't that the saying? Like
finger licking good. Yeah. That's it. Exactly. Now they took the finger licking out of it.
By Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Now they took the finger licking out of it. It doesn't even matter. What's the point of going?
I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I had KFC though. It's been a long time.
We have one down the street from our house, and I never go.
I make fried chicken at my house all the time.
We do too. Yeah.
I'll make homemade fried chicken and stuff.
Oh yeah, we did the same thing. We just figured out our recipe for the flour too. It's great.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm not telling it's a secret though. I can't.
Have you ever used? I think it's pronounced panko.
Yeah, panko crumbs. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just breadcrumbs.
Yeah, it's just breadcrumbs. But I started using that on I made a baked chicken the other day. Wait, hold on. Adam's beer is empty. Grab another beer.
Back to good old Busch Latte.
We've got a beer tin over here just on our podcast table from Voodoo Ranger. But Adam's going to open his beer on the mic. Hey!
Squirter.
But we've got these just random beers. So Adam's having Busch Light. I have a New Belgium 1985 IPA. And then in the bucket we also have Two-Lane Golden Lager.
And I saw that's the
Luke
too.
Bryan.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's the Two-Lane Luke Bryan beer.
That's cool.
But they talked about sponsoring Tour Stop for a while. So I was like, I guess I technically have to try the beer before I take the money. And then it didn't work out, so that's why I still have beer left over.
That explains the potluck of beers.
I've just got beer left over. And it's fine. It tastes like any other light beer you've ever drank.
Oh, so it's like Busch Latte.
Yeah, except Busch Light costs $10 and that one costs like $25.
For like a 6-pack?
Yeah, or I think it was a 12-pack with $25. And I was like, man, if I'm going to pay this much
Yeah.
I'm just going to go to a bar.
Well, yeah, that's Luke. I mean, when you put Luke's name on something, it's going to double its fucking price.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately.
It's Luke Bryan.
Yeah, look at his bar for crying out loud.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I've actually never been to the bridge downtown. I've never been to Luke's bar.
So last time I played there was with Kyle Elliott a few weeks back. That was my first time playing there.
Is that one of Kyle's regular gigs there?
Yeah, he does the high wire circuit.
Right.
So he does the Luke Bryans, and then like tonight we're playing down at FGL House. I forgot what the other place.
You got a gig down there tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
Sorry if you're listening. It's already happened.
That's already happened. Yeah, sorry. So what's today's date? The 13th? So I'm like, 13th. Yeah, the 13th. Yeah, that's right. And,
but let's see. I can't remember how it is that you and I met.
I remember. I remember how.
I think it was at Alley Taps.
It was at Alley Taps because I've been trying to get a hold of you and Tour Stop for like a year at that point. And like, messaging you guys on Instagram and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you had gotten back to me and stuff and told me to fill out the form and stuff like that. And I was doing all that. And then I was running a songwriter night at Alley Taps. And I just saw you throw a sticker up on the little pole that's there. I said, that's Aaron from Tour Stop, I think. And I was talking about, I was like, give me one second. I was talking to somebody. I was just like, stay here. I got to go talk to this guy real quick. And I just walked up to you and I was like, hey, you're Aaron. I need to talk to you.
And I was pretty sure I was drunk.
Yeah, you were going to another show too and then coming back. Like you were doing like a whole bunch of stuff.
I forget what the situation was that night, but yeah, I remember coming back.
Yeah. But I was like, I know you're busy, but I was like, stick around for one song of mine, and then you can go. And if you don't like me, you don't have to talk to me.
I stuck around.
We stuck around, yeah. And you did. And I was like, if you don't like me, you don't have to talk to me. And then
no, a lot of people like give me slack because they're like, oh, I've been trying to play Tour Stop for years. And I was like,
right.
I apologize.
Well, you have so many people.
There's so many people.
Yeah. I know, yeah. Well, I know. That's why
people don't realize that I have booked, I think I've booked something like 1,500 different songwriters on my show.
That's ridiculous. In what, 1 month?
It's fucking incredible. That's how many people want to play, which is awesome.
Well, it's Nashville.
Yeah, it is Nashville.
Yeah.
Literally couldn't do this anywhere else.
No, I mean, maybe Austin, Texas, you could get away with it. Maybe, if that. But Nashville is so unique in that sense that, there's a million of me in this city. And we're all writing, I was going to say we're all writing different songs, but that's not the case.
No, that is not the case.
No, that is not the case at all.
Will is over there laughing. He's like, no, that is not the case.
Well, I'm working on a song right now, and it's the hook is all the same songs, all the same stories. All you songwriters are so damn boring. And I'm going to break a lot of people's hearts.
I do want to give a COA. If you're trying to play Tour Stop, don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
No.
It's I think in a couple of weeks, we do our show at Sonny's every Wednesday night. You've played that one, right?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Yeah, a bunch of times. But I don't want to say after you're in, but it's like
if you're good.
if you play once and then you just occasionally come through and say, hey, what's up?
Right.
You want a beer? And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm probably just going to pull the calendar out and say, when do you want to play again?
Right. That's pretty much how it worked with us.
Yeah.
You had me play the Sonny's one, and then you're like, and I was like, hey, if you got any others, let me know. And you're like, well, let's see what I got.
Let's do this right now.
And then you gave me that full band show, which we'll get to. But
yeah, let's get to it, man. Yeah. You did the Tin Roof's Broadway second floor full band show back in August 2022, the year of our Lord Blake Shelton. Running gag, I guess. But that was for a release you did, right?
Yeah, it was my single release, my most recent one, which has been the one that's taken off the most. I think it's got I think I'm almost up to 15,000 streams on Spotify, which is nice. It's a lot for me. I know.
What was that called?
It's called She's a 10 But.
Right.
And I wrote it because I had all these girlfriends, not at the same time, separate times, don't worry.
It was like, all right, let's get into that.
Let's dive into that. Separate times. And every single girlfriend of mine was always just like, oh, when are you going to write a song about me? I was like, when are you going to write a song? And then they'd always break up with me, break my heart in the end, blah, blah, blah. And then be toxic type of thing. So, and I saw this TikTok trend of he's a 10, but,
I remember that one.
All the girls were doing it. And they're like, he's a 10, but he doesn't drive a truck. So he's a 4.
Right.
I'm just like, I drive a Honda Accord. I was like, I am not a 4. I'm you know what? I'm going to start rating you now. So
it's like, let's turn this around. All right.
Right. So it's like every line in the song, or mostly every line in the song, is related to one of my ex-girlfriends. And when the song came out, I got a lot of text messages. It was great. They're like, so which one am I? I'm like, figure it out.
Figure it out.
You should know which one
we were together. You can remember.
Right. You can remember which one you are. It starts off, she's a 10, but she's texting 9 other guys, 5 because she's got the time. That's one.
That's a good line.
That's one.
Did you write that by yourself?
So I wrote almost all of it by myself. I needed help with a couple lines in the second verse, and I gave my friend Jordan Deltzer. She's here in Nashville now.
Is she a 10?
Yeah, she's a 10. She's a 10.
But
no butt. No butt. Well, a lot of butt, but not butt. But no butt. She's going to hear this and laugh.
Anyways, continue. You wrote it with Jordan?
Yeah, she gave me a few lines for the second verse because it goes, she's an 8, but she never wants to plan the date and says whatever is fine. You know, if I had a nickel for every girl that told me whatever is fine, but it's not fine.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I've said that.
Yeah, but you don't go ape shit when when it's not fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're like, well, I didn't want to go here.
I was thinking about that the other day, and it was like, anytime somebody's like, how are things?
It's fine.
If you say it's fine, that's all they want to hear.
Right.
They don't want you to say, well, and you're like, oh shit.
Oh, the well.
And you're like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this conversation.
Yeah. Where those little bubbles start popping up.
It was like, we're at a bar right now. I'm not ready for you to bare your soul to me.
Right. So really, She's a 10 was basically like, kind of like I was not donating it. Dedicating. That's the word.
Gotcha.
I have trouble with words. Dedicating it to all my ex-girlfriends. That's basically what it is. Yeah.
I dedicated a song of mine to an ex-girlfriend called Went Out With a Bang.
That's a good one. I like that.
It's when
she went out with a bang.
I got dumped during the act.
Oh, that's new.
It literally went out with a bang. Literally went out with a bang. So not a shining moment for me. So
wow.
Yeah, Katie, this is for you.
Oh, Katie!
Shout out.
Good God! Wow. Okay.
Yep. We'll see if
that's great.
And see, it's funny knowing about like having like hindsight on the situation now because I bought a house last year and moved over into West Nashville, and I used to live over in East, and I'm really glad that I moved because this girl that I dated bought a house across the street from where I used to live. And I'm just like, that's like the plot of a bad movie.
She did it on purpose. You know that, right?
Yeah, it was like, I couldn't deal with it.
She couldn't help being away from you.
Yeah, so I think my life is better off for it now. And I got a hilarious song out of it.
Oh, yeah. That's the best part about toxic ex-girlfriends. You get the best songs out of them.
Yeah, you get the best songs out of it.
Oh,
like, the lyrics for it are, they're okay.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be good.
The lyrics of it are fine.
You think Dick Down Dallas is a good song?
Exactly.
I mean,
but the funny part of this song is that I start crying halfway through it.
Right.
And I'm singing the second verse like this. And then at the end of it, I am just wailing, just so sad. And then I end the song angry, just banging my guitar.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I love
it. Was great. But it was so... It was fun. It was cathartic getting to the end of that song because after it was over, I was like, I'm not mad about the situation anymore.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, it's like, so now I'm getting a little darker. I'm going to the studio now next month to record the next single.
Insert air horn.
That one. And it's going to be called Don't Leave Me Alone. It's very sad. Very sad. It's probably the saddest song I've ever written my entire life. It's very Coetzel-y.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, it's so fucking dark, dude. And I wrote it with a friend of mine, Tiffany Dowhan. She's from Canada. I don't know how to say her last name. Tiff. She's
Your
awesome.
friend Tiff.
Yeah. I met her at the Tour Stop show, the Tin Roof one.
Makes sense.
Yeah. She's friends with my guitar player. I guess my guitar player was sleeping with her roommate or something like that. So
one of my favorite things people say to me is like, oh, I met my best friend at Tour Stop. I'm like, damn right you did.
Damn right. That's the place to go, man. I swear to God. But it's basically talks about this. It's two parts of the story. There's a male and a female. The first verse is the male. Second verse is the female. And the male, he's like an alcoholic drug addict, and he hates the way his life's going and stuff like that. You know, and it's got like that Coetzel meets Wait in the Truck vibe. The new Hardy song that just came out. Like the whole song kind of sounds like if Coetzel wrote that song. You know, so it's got that feel for it. And then the second part talks about a woman that it's like a stripper and like an abusive relationship, and she hates her life there and stuff like that. Yeah, right. I know, pretty normal. And in the end, it's kind of just like they're saying, "Don't leave me alone." Like she does, they don't want to die up on this hill. You know, and then it just kind of speaks to a lot of people I feel like in the world, and that's kind of like what I want to do with my music. Really, is if it can just help like one person get through a situation, like that's all I really care about. You know.
The other day, I had an idea for a song, and it was a sad one. And I don't write a lot of sad music. I'm a pretty chipper fella.
Yeah.
And I had an idea for a song called "I Love You Back," and I was literally like, I was trying to write it on my couch, and I out loud said, "I am not sad enough right now to write this song."
Dude, well, I wrote this song when I was happy as hell.
Really?
Oh, dude, I was like in the greatest mood of my life. I just got laid.
Write
it was
exactly
great.
how I feel. I cannot put myself into a different headspace. I don't do that.
Well, I was just like sitting on my couch playing this guitar lick, and I just started like singing in my head. Smoking away the night's last cigarette, cocaine res sits above his upper lip, and I was just like, I got to build off of that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's how the whole song starts, just like that, and it just keeps building and building and building. Yeah, right. I know, right? That's what I'm saying. It's like he's just an alcoholic, fucking cocaine addict.
That's heavy.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's me, but I mean it's somebody else. Maybe not me, but it could be somebody else.
Yeah, this song idea that I'd had was. So I don't know if you know. I think you know about my hearing, how terrible it is.
Yeah.
So I've lost most of my hearing for those of you who don't know. But I had an idea for this song called "I Love You Back." But the perspective of it is all of the things that I'm afraid about never hearing again. And it's like I'm afraid about never hearing the rain, never hearing the crack of a baseball bat. But the thing that I'm most afraid of is never hearing someone say "I love you back."
Yeah, I think you told me about this one too.
And I was like, I am not sad enough for this.
You'll get sad real quick.
I gotta wait to get with some girl who's just been dumped and needs to have that.
That's how I write all my best songs. Is when one of them breaks my heart. That's great.
Man, I haven't had my heart broken in so long. Like I say that like it's a bad thing.
Mine's been a few hours, so welcome to my life.
I haven't had my heart broken in so long. Like I just go hang out with my buddies. I drink beer, and then I go do whatever the hell I want. It's like, it's not a bad life.
That's called depression.
Yes, it is. Well, hey, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come right back to the podcast with Mr. Adam Corbin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nashville Tour Stop Podcast. You've been listening to this week's episode featuring Mr. Adam Corbin, who is now pleasantly surprised by the flavor of the 2-lane beer he just sipped.
Bad, dude. Good job, Luke.
Good job, Luke Bryan.
I've been to his house before.
Have you really?
Yeah, I was on accident, though.
How did you just accidentally go to Luke Bryan's house?
So one of my ex-girlfriends that's in the song She's a 10-Butt, she's a realtor.
Cool.
And so she'll know this is about her. And she was selling Luke Bryan's neighbor's house. And she said, "Oh, that's Luke Bryan's house over there." I'm like, "What?"
Cool.
And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, it's cool." So I'm like, just like walking around this guy's property, and because she's just like, "Yeah, you can just walk around," like while I'm like doing like my final inspections, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Sweet." So I go over to like this gate. It's like a farm gate. And I like open it up because I think it's his land, and I'm just going to like walk on the land. No, that's Luke Bryan's secret entrance to Luke Bryan's property.
Oh.
I had no idea. And like there I am standing in the back, and they're like out on like 4-wheelers and stuff, just like riding around. And I'm just like, cool. You didn't tell me that was Luke Bryan's place. She's like, why'd you go over there? I'm like, I thought I could.
You know? A friend of mine was shooting a music video, and it must have been somewhere in that same area.
Yeah.
Because he was shooting a music video, and there were a bunch of people. And then the person whose house they were filming it at, it was like a swimming pool or something. He was just talking to the owner of the house, and he's like, "Hey, my neighbor was kind of like wanting to see what's going on." Like, okay, cool, yeah, you can come check out it. You can be in the video if you want. He goes, "He's not going to be in the video."
Oh,
and
he's supposed to see what's going on.
He's like, "That's fine." He's like, so he doesn't realize it, but he's like, "Okay, yeah, just I'll talk to your neighbor. Like, I'm sorry." Like, he goes over there and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry if it's like too noisy or anything. Like, we'll be done here." And he's just like, "Oh yeah, it's fine, man. Like, don't worry about it. Like, have fun shooting your video."
Who was it?
And then he's just, it's like it was over. And then the owner of the house goes, "Hey, man, isn't that cool? Luke, you just got to meet Luke Bryan." He goes, "What?" He didn't even realize that he had met Luke Bryan. All he did was apologize for shooting a music video.
I'm sure Luke was like, "No, that's cool, man."
He's like, "No, just do your video. You're good."
Yeah, he just wanted to see what was going on. That's all.
I had a similar experience with Vince Gill. Like I was at a Vince Gill in the Time Jumper show.
Oh, wow.
And I had a terrible seat right on the edge of the stage next to like the stairs that walk up to it over at 3rd and Lindsley.
Mm-hmm.
And it was dark and I couldn't see anything. I was behind a wall of guitar amps. I was like, this sucks. I can't see anything. Sound is terrible because all of the PA's facing the other direction. And then I'm just leaning against the wall and this tall guy comes up next to me.
I love tall guys.
And I was just like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, are you here for the show tonight? And I said, yeah, I'm here to see Vince Gill. He goes, sweet, me too. And I was like, cool.
Who was it?
And then it's, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Vince Gill to the stage. And it's like, that guy's gone, oh, shit.
It was Vince Gill?
It was Vince Gill. It was the coyest thing ever, though, because he's like, hey, I'm here for the Vince Gill show, too.
That's fucking hilarious.
I was just like, man.
Everybody's a comedian nowadays.
Yeah, it's like, I had no idea. I had no idea what was happening. And then I was just like, well, that is a great Nashville story.
That is a cool story. That's the thing about the city, too. Like, you can meet these guys anywhere, and you don't really, like, I didn't know what's his name? Shit. I didn't know what Cole Swindell looked like until I ran into him one day,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And it was just, everyone's like, oh, that's Cole
Have you run into Chris Young yet?
Yeah, I ran at Doghouse.
Yep, at Doghouse.
Yeah.
That's his bar.
Yeah, he said he was like singing along to one of my songs one time. It was
That's
really
cool.
Oh, dude, it was like the best. I didn't say anything to him. I didn't like talk to him. I saw him singing to Back to Atlanta in the back of the bar.
That's
and
cool.
I was just like, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was there with one of my British friends a long time ago, and we're just sitting at the bar, and she just nudges me. She goes, oh my God, is that Chris Young?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. She's like, why is he here? And I was like, this is his
He
bar.
lives across the street.
It's like, he lives across the street. This is his bar. Like,
Yeah.
this is where he goes. She goes, should I go talk to him? I was like, you can. She goes, I'm not going to talk to him.
Cool story about Chris Young. I was a fan of his music, but I didn't know anything about his personality, you know, so I was just like, I like his music, like his voice, blah, blah, blah. Nicest guy ever, and this is the reason why. My buddy John had this dog, Enzo. And Enzo ended up being diagnosed with stage 4 leukemia, cancer, or whatever. It's like one of the two. And he was putting up posters all over the place to like try to raise funds for his dog's cancer treatment. And he got a GoFundMe thing from Chris Young for $5,000.
Damn.
Dude sent him $5,000 for his dog's chemo treatment.
Hell yeah.
And I was just like,
that's cool as hell.
yeah, dude, we went above and beyond that one. That's okay. You can use my stutter.
You want to leave it in?
You
Okay.
can use my stutter. I don't care. Use my stutter. Above and beyond. And to get out to just like try to thank him. And I contacted him on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Hell, I even tried to look if he had an OnlyFans. I tried everything to get a hold of this guy just to thank him.
That's cool.
And eventually we ran into him, and John personally thanked him and everything. He's like, man, don't worry about it. He's like, money's money. He's like, how's your dog? And he's like, well, he's recovering now, but you know, eventually time went on, and
that's dope.
Yeah, it was cool as hell, man.
You know, that money is money thing is something I've had to think about. Is like, I am not affluent by any stretch.
Me neither.
But
I think I drink Busch Light.
But if I do have like a little extra something, like I do love to buy my friends. Like,
Yeah.
I'll get the round.
Yeah.
Just little things like that. Because I remember when I was in college, I was so fucking poor.
Really?
Like,
Well,
I
lucked
graduated
out.
with 69 cents in my checking account.
Wow.
Like, I was broke.
Well, that's because you graduated.
And, my uncle at the time, he knew that I was so broke. And one semester, he offered to buy all of my books.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. It was like $2,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
But I was just like, all right, I can't afford it now. But one of these days, when I can, I want to be able to like pay that back.
Right.
I'll do that for somebody else. But like, it's just money.
Right.
I'll eventually make more.
Exactly. That's the thing. It's like, you know, I go on dates, you know, just like anybody else. And a lot of these women, you know, they're afraid to be with somebody who doesn't have like a stable income.
Right.
You know, because I play music for a living. You know, it's
Right.
not very stable. You know, like in the next month or two, it's going to slow down and be dead.
Yep.
You know, and I'm going to be
Nashville.
yeah, and I'm going to be like, you know, on the street like begging for scraps, like, you know, like one of those homeless guys in a blanket. You know, except I won't have a blanket. And they're like all about security. I'm like, you can always make more money. You can always make more. You know?
I've made it this far.
Right. It's like if you got $3,000 in your account, use that $3,000 and go on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, make yourself happy. Buy it if you want to buy a new guitar, buy that new guitar.
Nothing feels as good is buying a new guitar.
That is
man.
the best feeling in the world.
I impulse bought a guitar that I have hanging up at my house, but it's a Kramer Beretta, but it's a special edition called the Danger Zone. So it's orange, black, white, and yellow stripes. It's super tricked out 80s guitar. But it was on my birthday last year. I went to the Gibson Garage, which is right up the street from our office here. Yeah. But I went there for my birthday, and I was like, man, I'm just going to go play guitars. And I started playing this one, and I was like, I really like this.
You son of a bitch, you bought it.
I'm making a mistake right now. And then a salesman came up. He goes, hey, you've been playing that for a while. I was like, yeah, I have. I was like, I really like it. He's like, you can leave. And then I stayed and played it longer. And he came back like 45 minutes later. He's like, you've been playing that thing for about an hour and a half, man. I was like, yeah, I have. Please leave. And then another half hour went by, and he came back, and I was like, you don't need to say anything. I'm going to give you my credit card. Please do not talk to me until I come to the counter.
Don't tell me how much it is.
He's like, you got it, man. I'll stay in the counter, and whenever you're ready, you come. I was like, thank you. Please leave me alone now. And I just got right back into it.
That's awesome.
But it's like, it was $1,000, and like I didn't need to spend the money. I don't need that guitar.
No one needs more guitars, but we do.
But when you get one, you're like, I feel pretty good right now.
I mean, I've got 3 bass guitars, for crying out loud.
I've got one. I've got a Fender Jag.
Those are good basses.
Fender Jag
Those are really
bass.
good basses.
It's a good one.
Yeah, see, I got the first one I ever bought was an Ibanez TMB.
So did you start on the guitar or the bass?
Well, let me think. No, I started on guitar when I was 10. I didn't pick up a bass until I was 12.
Okay.
But before that, I started on the drums like in 4th grade. And then I'm a horn player too.
Right.
I started out on trumpet when I was in 5th grade. 5th grade? Yeah, 5th grade trumpet. And then in between 5th and 6th grade, I learned how to play the baritone. And then 6th grade, I saw there was like 20 trumpet players and 10 baritone players.
Damn.
And I said to my band director, I was like, can I play something that not everyone does? And he pointed to the wall. He said, I need someone to play that. This thing was bigger than me. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And he's like, it's a tuba. So I picked up the tuba in 6th grade.
That's cool.
And that's how I got into college, was playing tuba.
Really?
Yeah, my mentor was Howard Johnson. He was the tuba player and bari sax player for Levon Helm and the band.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, I was in a cover band with my dad called the Band. We were a cover band.
You know, that's not an instrument you hear many people in Nashville being like, oh, yeah, I play the tuba.
Dude, I've never met one other tuba player in this city, and it's fucking stupid. I'm just like, dude, the tuba is the greatest fucking instrument ever created. But so we were in this cover band, and when I was 16, I started playing it with him, and they brought me on the road to play one song with them per show. I was playing Rag Mama Rag, and it's a tuba piece because the bass line is played by the tuba.
Boom, boom.
Oh, it's more than that. It's like bum ba bum 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 bum, like the whole song. Like you don't get a breath. It's amazing. And I would like be out of breath by when I was 16. And then they got more to the horn section. They got a trumpet player and a saxophone player. Well, the trumpet player was Steve Bernstein. The sax player was Eric Lawrence, and they were Levon's trumpet and sax player. Mm-hmm. Now they're Amy Helms, and they play for what's that band called? Littlefoot. Is it Littlefoot?
I'm not familiar, no.
Dixie Chicken, the song Dixie Chicken?
Yes.
Will you be my Dixie Chicken? They play for them now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And they were Levon's players. And so they introduced me to Levon Helm and Howard Johnson. And Howard Johnson would bring me to his condo in Harlem, right overlooking Central Park. And we'd just sit there and play tuba. And he'd give me lessons, like not even lessons, just like teach me like little tricks. And like we would just jam out on the tuba.
So are you going to have tuba on this new record?
Well, now that you bring it up, I might.
Hey!
I wasn't supposed to
Nashville Tour Stop exclusive.
Because, yeah, exactly. Because there is a song on the album that I wrote with my buddy Callum Kerr. He's from Scotland, and he's one of the stars on the show Monarch on Fox. He's like the main character guy that sings like the Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. So anybody that watches Monarch, they'll know who I'm talking about. It's called Rich White Trash.
Nice.
And it's about me. I broke my back 1.5 years ago bartending. I slipped and fell and broke 2 vertebrae and I had back fusion, 2 rods and 4 screws put in my spine. And that's when I started to do music full time because I couldn't work. So I had to do something to make money. And got a workers' comp lawsuit, the whole thing. So it's about my turn to be rich white trash. You see all these people like what's that song that I think it was Brad Paisley and Carrie Underwood did about Chick-fil-A? Like they won a lawsuit from Chick-fil-A and now they're like buying like an in-ground pool now, instead of above ground, all kinds of stuff. and mine's going to be Rich White Trash. It's great. So I might put tuba in that one now since you brought it up. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yeah, it's catchy too. It's really catchy.
So tell me about this new record. You're producing it yourself, you said?
I'm producing myself with my producer.
You got another producer involved as well.
Yeah, his name's Joe Passarelli. He's
cool.
a hell of a guy. I think he's from Pennsylvania, around there. Yeah, I know he went to Duquesne University.
Nice.
And he went there for music, engineering and stuff.
Now, when are you actually going to begin tracking? Because you haven't.
We're going to start next month. Okay,
so you're not into. Is it like pre-production right now?
Not even that. He's working on a couple different projects right now.
Cool.
That's why we haven't started yet.
Right.
And then I'm actually busy as hell for the next 3 weeks. So it's like I've got like
that's good though.
Oh, dude, it's not a bad problem to have. I got like 12 shows in like the next 10 days. It's great.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Man, I always think back to like when we were like shut down for COVID. I was like, I am so bored.
Oh, dude, I tried doing those live streams. Yep. I couldn't do it. Because
I until you just said it, I'd forgotten how many people were constantly live streaming.
Well, because what else are we going to do?
I did 5 live streams. I did a show called Silly Songs with Aaron where I played all my comedy songs. Cool. I did like Weird Al covers.
That's cool.
But it was fun. And I did the first one and I made like $8 and I was like, this is stupid.
Oh, really?
And I did it a second time. And then someone tipped me $500 and I was like, well, I guess I have to do this again.
It's like something like my mother would do. You know?
I know. But dude, I cannot even think back to those years where just like I was running. It wasn't
even that long ago.
It was almost 3 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah,
almost 3 years.
So it was like the beginning of 2020. It was like February 2020, I think is what it was. January.
That was January 2020. I think that's when like the NBA canceled.
That's when shit hit the fan.
Yeah, I was at Hopsmith Tavern up on Division here in the Midtown Nashville area, and I was watching a round that was happening, and then from the stage, this guy just goes, "Hey, just like." Do you guys see what's on TV right now? And that's not usually what you see.
That was
in
March. It was in March.
What?
It was March.
It was March. Because it would have been March Madness.
St. Patty's Day got canceled. That's how I know. And I got fired on St. Patty's Day.
This guy's like, hey, the NBA just canceled. And I'm like,
yeah.
So this might be worse than we think that it is.
Yeah, well.
And then the world shut down. And here we are now.
Here we are 2 years.
Here we are now.
2 years, almost 3 years later.
But God, I'm glad that the live stream thing is over.
God damn, dude, that was the roughest thing. Like, because I was in a full band then. I was in a band called Broomtail, and we wrote all our own original music. We never really did any cover gigs. It was all original music. We were like a honky tonk boogie woogie band. Like if the way I always describe it is if Jerry Lee Lewis and the Rolling Stones had a baby, and then they met.
I like that.
Well, no, not done. That's the first part, and then they met Elvis's baby, and they had a baby. Then you came out with Broomtail.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it was the most fun I've ever had playing in a band.
Dude,
ever.
I love that. Just kind of, I don't want to call it like 60s shuffle. Just kind of like
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's just fun. There are not many sad like 60s boogie songs. Because all it is just like shake your hips and dance and get your girl down onto the dance floor. Right.
Well, if you think about it, though, the blues, like boogie woogie blues, is sad lyrics, but the music is upbeat and fun. Yeah. You know, if you think about it that way, I mean, look at Muddy Waters for crying out loud. Or like,
dude, some of Muddy Waters' lyrics are harsh.
Yeah, or Bill Withers too. I mean, look at these guys.
Ain't no sunshine.
Yeah, that one's Kevin. That one's sad.
That one's sad.
That's a minor key. But even Jerry Lee Lewis, you know, I mean, Great Balls of Fire. You know, that's if you look at the lyrics, like it's kind of fucked up. You know? but it's a good dancing song.
So these songs that are going to be on this record, are you playing them out at all right now? Or are they there? So these are your round songs. These are your band songs, but these aren't for these aren't. Nothing is being re-released. These are all 100% new.
There's 2 that are going to be re-released.
Okay,
She's a 10 butt.
Right.
It's gonna be re-released, and Best Kind of Wrong.
So are they going to be like the same master recordings just added to the album?
Yeah, that's
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably remaster them so that everything sounds the same.
Right.
Honestly, you know, I didn't even think about that until I'm sure my producer thought about it, but I didn't.
That's what people like Will get to think about.
That's right. Thank you, Will.
Shout out, Will.
Yeah, they'll all be remastered to all fit the same sound and same format type of thing. But like Best Kind of Wrong was with a different producer. That was with Brent Rader. He his brother is Danny Rader, who plays guitar for Keith Urban, And his other brother, Austin Raider, was a buddy of mine that I worked at Party Foul with. So that's kind of how that goes full circle. It's all about who you know in the city. You know that. And we did best. I wrote Best Kind of Wrong with a buddy of mine, Danny Spyro, who's a Nashville. He plays downtown, stuff like that, and writes songs. And we wrote that one about, it was just basically like living the downtown Nashville lifestyle. You know, it's an upbeat, drink, you know, party kind of song. Fun party song. And then
you know what you don't hear on Broadway?
That?
Sad shit.
Oh, well, not like, dude, you'd be surprised the kind of requests that we get.
Really?
Some of the saddest, slowest shit ever. I got a request the other day for Don't Take the Girl by Tim McGraw.
That is a sad song.
And I said, no, sir.
It was like, you can have your $20 back.
Well, that's basically what I do. Like, you know, some of these people that I play with, not Kyle. Kyle will play anything, which is great. Or he'll tell people no, too, which is awesome. You know, because that's what I do. I tell people, I'm like, no, I'm not playing that. You don't have to tip me. Don't worry about it. But some of these people will play literally anything that these people want, even if we don't know it. I'm just like, dude, if you don't know it.
For $100, you'll get the lyrics and the chords
for
and figure the fuck out.
Yes. For a measly $20, no, I'm not taking 5 minutes to listen to the song, try to figure out the strum pattern and the rhythm. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to sing a girl part. I'm not doing that. My voice, I have balls. I can't sing that high. You know, I know we learned 2022, but no, hell, I'm not going up there.
Your falsetto is not going to go up that high.
Right. But yeah, I mean, so like I said, like some of these songs are going to be re-released, those two. And the other 8, there's 10 songs on the whole album. A lot of them, most of them are ones that I've wrote either by myself or with somebody. And there's 2 on there that were my dad's songs.
That's cool.
I kind of did my own rendition of. Yeah, because he's been my inspiration, my idol, my whole life.
That's a cool tribute, kind of a cool homage.
Yeah, and they're like songs from like the 70s and 80s that just needed like a little revamp to be modernized, you know. And that's you've heard Back to Atlanta. Mm-hmm. That was one of his.
Really?
Yeah,
that is an excellent song.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Dad. But the way he played it was way more like 90s country twang.
Okay.
And you hear how I do it now. It's more like modernized.
A little bit more pop, a little bit more rocky.
Pop rock, yeah. Pop rock country, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't really have a genre, you know.
Yeah, you're not playing just like pop country. You lean a little heavier into the rock.
Yeah, well, and that's
probably the metal bass player coming out.
There's that, and then hearing Ko Wetzel for the past 2 years, which thank you, Casey, my ex-girlfriend, for introducing me to Ko Wetzel, the realtor.
Yeah.
Yeah. She introduced me to Ko Wetzel. Ever since I started listening to him, I've just been like, this is country, you know? Because like when I was doing metal, they're like, you're going to do country in Nashville after doing metal for the past like 10 years. I'm just like, yeah, why not? Why not? Why not try it, you know? And then now seeing that it's successful.
Fun doing something different.
Right, and then look at Hardy. Look what he just put out.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's some of that shit. He's got a song with Jeremy McKinnon, the singer from A Day to Remember. I can't wait to hear that song.
Dude, and see, that's one of the things. It's like, yeah, you can be a, quote, country artist, but that doesn't mean you have to put only country music out.
No, you don't do any of that. You don't have to do what people tell you.
Country is, I think it's one of the only genres that is completely diversified between, like, it's got its foot just a little bit in everyone's door.
Well, it has to be, you know, especially now since country has turned into what it is. I mean, Nashville is no longer country music, in my opinion.
It's an everything music town. My biggest shows have been hip hop shows.
Okay, I haven't experienced that. Well, with Damien C, he's like, I always tell him he's Justin Timberlake mixed with Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
That's what I always tell him.
He's like a little jazz, a little R&B, a little funk, a little bit of everything.
And he's a guinea from Jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, I never fucking understood it. I was just like, mother, you paisan, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, and see, I'm thinking about, like, I went to CMA Fest this year.
Yeah, me too.
And I was at the first night when Al Dean played.
Yeah.
And I was watching the band and I was like, this isn't country music. Like, they're playing drop C. They're playing, like, if they weren't singing about trucks, you'd be like, this is a metal song, man.
Well, that's like my dad always hated me back growing up because I would always use his guitars because I didn't have a guitar when I was 14, 15, and we tuned down to like drop C. And he's like, you can't do that. That guitar's been in standard for 20 years.
Yeah.
He said, you can't just
you can't not sing about it, but it's kind of overplayed. But if you don't sing about a truck in one of your songs, someone's going to be like, do you not have like a truck song?
I don't. Believe it or not, I don't have a truck song.
Have you heard the
I mentioned
the Dierks Bentley parody group, Hot Country Nights?
Yes.
They've got one called Pick Her Up in Your Pickup Truck.
Okay.
Oh, it's great.
Well, I did just write this song a couple of weeks ago with my buddy Garrett Schultz. It's called...
you just played Tour Stop for the first time.
Yeah.
Great dude.
I told him, I was like, dude, get a hold of Aaron, man. Like, you need to play there. And now I got him a gig in Denver. I was supposed to play in Denver for Halloween weekend, but I've got like 3 shows that weekend here. And I was like, I can't go to Denver. So I recommended him, and they got him to go to Denver. But we wrote a song called Real Good. It was an idea I had from my drummer because he's a weirdo. But he would do this thing every time he likes something. He goes, "Oh, that's real good." Like, he does this hand gesture. You guys can't see it, but it's my knuckles going into my palm and rubbing it. And I'm like, real good. Like that's a song like that, real good. And I took it in as it can be spelled R-E-A-L or R-E-E-L. Right? Like a fishing reel. So we wrote a song about like saying, yeah, that's real good. Like, you know, and whether you're fishing or you're driving, you're picking up a girl in a truck, or you're going to the bar, or whatever the hell you're doing, that's real good. It could be.
That's when that's what I don't want to call it generic because that's the wrong word, but it's everything. Like, you can use it in multiple situations, and that's when you're like, I came up with a good one.
That's real good.
I came up with a good one.
That's real good. And Garrett helped me write that one a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. I can't remember. Yeah, it was, and it came out really. That's going to be on the album too. And then I wrote another one with my buddy Olin Wallace, and it's called Beer Muscle. Right. Instead of a beer belly, you know, it's beer muscle. You know, because I tell you what, the people with the biggest beer guts are the strongest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life.
They got that low center of gravity.
Well, it's like farmer muscle, man. I mean, like, I've never been one to like be like built or like, you know, swole, whatever they say. Fucking douchebags. But like, you know, I worked on a farm, and I was just naturally strong.
You can toss those 50-pound bales of hay wherever you want.
Dude, those things suck.
Yes, it does.
There's nothing worse than tossing a bale of hay.
I don't dress country, but I grew up just close enough to the country to where I would go over to my friend's house, and their dad would be like, "Hey, you guys want $20?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
$20 meant a lot.
All right, here's $20. That hay goes in that barn down the field.
Sorry if I drink all your beer.
Yeah, so like, I grew up just country enough to where my friends had farms and stuff, and I would go work on the farms and stuff. But
that's great.
Yeah, I grew up in the suburbs. Like, that was my life. And then my friends were the country kids.
Right. Well, that was the thing about my town. We were all just like country bumpkins, but we didn't sound like we sound like how I sound. You know? We don't sound like, you know, these typical Southerners.
You don't talk kind of like the people who are from central Missouri where I'm from.
You talk funny. You talk a little weird. Yeet. I'm a motherfucker. Like, shut up. Like,
well, hey, Adam, give us a what's your elevator pitch for this new album? What's the vibe going to be?
So it's going to be, God, it's going to be all over, to be honest, to kind of like give the sound that, or give what the hell's the word? I don't know, the feel that I have different sounds. You know, I can go from being country bumpkin all the way up to being like a punk rock country sound.
Cool.
To go into like a classic rock
punk
sound.
Tree.
What they call it a hitcore.
I've never heard that. Hitcore?
Hitcore, yeah.
I like that.
I mean, maybe I just made it up. I don't know. But I thought I saw it somewhere. So it's going to be pretty all over the place, to be honest.
Okay, cool.
And I honestly don't see a problem in that. You know, some people are like, "Oh no, if this is your sound, you got to go with this sound." I'm like, dude, like, I have like 6 different sounds.
Right.
You know, so it's like, why limit myself to one sound when I can reach 6 different audiences?
Absolutely.
You know, that's kind of what like Tyler Childers just did.
Yep.
You know, he had his classic country sound, then he had his churchgoer sound, and then he had his like hip hop crowd that he's trying to reach. That third part of that album, it sounds like he just gave the tracks to a DJ and said, make it a remix.
You don't have to pigeonhole yourself into one genre.
No, you don't. And that's kind of like where I'm going. Like, they always say, like, what's your genre? What's your subgenre? What's this genre? I'm like, I have like 12 of them. It's weird. But that's kind of like the feeling. It's going to go from being very happy and partying to very, very sad at one point.
10 whole songs, right?
Yeah, 10 whole songs. I don't quite know the order yet.
Cool.
But it's gonna be happy, sad. It's gonna be melancholy.
That's great.
It's gonna be a lot of different things, and I think it's really gonna blow people's minds, in my opinion.
And have you titled it yet?
I'm actually gonna title it the "How You Doing" album.
I like that.
Yeah, because being from New York, and I know there's a lot of Friends fans out there. I'm not a Friends fan, but there's a lot of Friends fans out there. And with Joey, how you doing? How you doing? I feel like if I can get him on board, then we'll be good to go. Just make one TikTok for me, Joey. One TikTok. That's it.
We'll get Matt LeBlanc on and just get that. How you doing?
That's all I need. That's
all you need.
I'll drop it in a song. I don't care.
Well, hey, I want to close with one thing because I know you used to work at Party Foul. We talked about it for just a second. You and I have been through this a little bit more at length outside of the podcast. Yeah. Do you love hot chicken?
I'm like in between.
You're in between skis?
Yeah.
At hot chicken restaurants, how hot will you go if you eat it?
Me personally? Yeah. Only mild. I'll only go mild.
Really? You're not going to what is the Party Foul?
Poultrygeist.
Poultrygeist.
Because here's the deal. Is like I went 4 years of having to taste test Poultrygeist.
Woof.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I got Poultrygeist in my eye.
No, see, no. That's because you did tell me this. You told me.
I got it in my eye at the Mount Juliet location. I think is that where it is over in East town.
No, Donaldson maybe.
Yeah, Donaldson location. Yeah. That's it. I got it in my eye.
Oof! God bless you.
It's like, and see, I didn't like rub my hand into my eye. Right. Something had like gotten onto my arm, so I like scratched my arm to my eye, and then my friend just goes, "Oh, dude."
You fucked up.
He knew. And then my eyes started watering. I was like, oh no.
I used to call it Saddam's mustard gas.
It took about 25 minutes for me to be able to like open my eyes again.
Oh, it's impossible. Dude, can you imagine what it's like in the bathroom afterwards?
I cried my way to the I literally had to be walked to the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, we used to like give people like a whole
milk and stuff there.
Dude, we had gallons of milk for people that like got
because someone's going to want to try it.
Yeah, well, that was the thing too. Is like people like would get because the way it is, it's scorpion pepper, reaper pepper. What's the other big one?
Ghost pepper,
and then habanero powder doused on it. And it's
the hottest thing I've ever had in my mouth.
That's why it's Poultrygeist.
Yeah,
you know, it's gonna exercise your demons. That's why. Yeet.
Yeah. So I remember it was the last time that I went there, and the last time that I had it. I asked for Poultrygeist on my chicken, and the waitress goes,
"You don't
no."
want that.
She's like, "We're not going to do that.
Put it on the side.
Like, we'll put it on the side, and I'll give you one hotness less." And I was like, "No, I'd really like it just on my chicken." She goes, "I would highly advise against that, sir."
That's what we were taught to do. Yeah, we were taught to do that.
I was like, "All right, I'll take your word for it." And then I ate my chicken. I was like, "This isn't hot enough," so I put just a touch onto my chicken. I was like,
"Touch is enough."
I was like, "I'm going to regret this tomorrow morning about 3 a.m."
And
I did.
You regretted it 3 minutes later, I bet.
Yeah. I regretted it 3 minutes later and 4 hours later.
Well, the funny thing was, it's like so I remember the chef telling me a story about how he created Poultrygeist. He said the owner came to him and was just like, "I want you to create a sauce so hot people don't want to have it again." And the chef was like, "Yeah, that's what a chef wants to hear. Make something that no one wants to eat a second time."
Awesome. Awesome.
It was fucking hilarious.
Well, Adam Corbin, give us your plugs. Where can people follow you on social media, on music platforms? Where can they find you?
So you can find me pretty much anywhere. I mean, Instagram, Twitter,
TikTok?
TikTok, which I'm still figuring out.
I don't get it either.
I know I'm old. I'm working on an OnlyFans next, just in case anyone's interested.
Right.
Here I am. Adam Corbin Music. Make sure you put music at the end of it because there's a lot of Adam Corbins out there, and I'm not trying to have somebody steal my identity. Unless they want to, then they can maybe help me with my credit score.
Right.
But other than that, Adam Corbin Music everywhere.
And stream Back to Atlanta. Stream She's a 10, but...
Yeah, and Best Kind of Wrong.
Yes.
Can't forget about that.
You can follow him on Spotify and Apple Music. Keep up with the places he's playing, songs he's singing.
That's right.
Tour stop shows he's hanging out at. I'll have you back, buddy.
All right. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Well, guys, you can follow us at Nashville Tour Stop across all your platforms. Check us out at NashvilleTourStop.com. You can find our full events calendar there if you want to come see Adam play. Yeah. If you catch me on the right day, you might actually get to see me play sometime. I don't play too much these days, but
I haven't seen you yet.
You might could get to see me one of these days.
All right.
But check us out at Nashville Tour Stop across your social media platforms. Please remember to like and subscribe and follow our podcast, whatever your platform tells you to do. Share it with your friends. We've been getting a very steady followership. So to the 300 of you who listen to this, thank you. You've streamed this podcast more than any music I've ever released all put together.
That's awesome.
So thank you for tuning in this week. Adam, thank you for being here and drinking beer with me, man.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I almost drank all of it. There's still 2 left. We've got time.
A Blue Moon and another 2 lane in there, I think.
I still got a couple hours to my show, so we're good.
Right. Well, Adam, thanks for being here. We'll catch you next time. But until the next time, please remember that all roads lead right back here to the Nashville Tour Stop. Yeehaw, motherfucker.
Free to see if she can get by and one keep him in line. She says that you're toxic, that you're dope sick, and nothing's gonna change her mind. Well, she'll pick you up and drive you solo, tell you it's all she's got.